Alrighty, y'all, it's here. I know the mic probably doesn't sound the best, but Kendrick is here. I'm gonna be doing something a little bit different today for this first reaction. I'm gonna be going outside and listening to the album. Again, sorry for the headset or the earphone or the microphone that's working right now. Obviously, not gonna sound the best, but I have to deal with it for a little bit. So yeah, I'm gonna go outside, do a little walk, listen to the album. I'll try to get some cinematic shots for you guys, but who knows? We may not even get those. And yeah, I'll see you guys in a bit after the album. Peace. Wow. Where do I even start? Alright, let's start with the first part of the album, The Big Steppers. The Big Steppers, to me, sonically, was incredible. I don't think there was a single track on this album that I was like, it could have been improved on. I think, honestly, listening to obviously I'm not going to catch on every single lyric that he says the first round, so I'm going to have to give this album another listen eventually, and just have to digest everything he talks about. I can give you my favorite tracks off of the first disc, or the Big Steppers, whatever you want to call it. Untitled Grief was, or United in Grief is, it's a good track. I like that one, but what really blew me away was Father Time. Rich Spirit was different. I didn't expect it. Oh no, not Rich Spirit. We Cry Together was different, and I didn't expect anything like that to happen. And to me, a lot of these tracks felt like movies in a sense. It felt like I was watching another part of a scene, and I just kind of was like, it wasn't really like a musical either. It was kind of like I could see it as a movie, but I could also see it as a song, which is a bit different. I've never taken like music in and looked at it like that. So it was a different way of looking at music in a sense. Die Hard, I believe, Die Hard was pretty good. But favorite tracks off of this were N95 was really good, and Father Time. And I think We Cry Together was just different in my opinion. Also, Purple Hearts was really good as well. And to be honest, I think all the features on here were pretty good. And honestly, I did not expect Kodak to be kind of like a voiceover, or like you know how like Morgan Freeman was in like the 21 Savage album, kind of like that here. Like I didn't expect Kodak to be like one of those feature artists on here, which really surprised me and caught me off track for sure. But disc one, overall, I liked it a lot. And I think that to be honest, there's not a lot of things I can go into, because honestly, I can't remember everything, and I had to give it a second go through to actually understand and read. I literally have to read all the lyrics, because otherwise I will not pick up on it, because as you guys know, I was on a walk and I just listened to it. And obviously when you first listen to something, you're not going to get the full experience maybe someone else who's sitting down and reading the lyrics and going along with it. So I'll just have to give it another listen through, and I think it'll definitely take me more time to give this album a iconic state, and I think that it'll just have to just go on in time to kind of just give it that iconic album, if you know what I mean. So I think disc one, or the Big Steppers, I think was overall very, very, very solid in Kendrick standards, and it's what we expected, and I think it was really good. Now disc two caught me off track. The first two tracks were like this like it almost reminded me of like a church in a sense, and like a choir maybe, or very melodic. And straight into track 3 with Kendrick and Kodak, it was so different. I like the part where I like Kendrick's hook, where it was like push them off, like ooh, that was funny to me. It brought a sense of comedy to the album, and it was funny, and it was actually a good track too. And I think that's what a lot of artists maybe miss, is they try to bring comedic bars into the album, but they don't necessarily make a good song. And I think that Kendrick did both. He made a comedic line, and he also made a good track. So I think it works really, really well. I would say I don't know what I'm more of a fan of. I don't know if disc 1 or disc 2 is better in my opinion. I think they're just different, and I think that I like them both, maybe not the same, but I think I like them both for different reasons. So Savior was a Baby Keem interlude. That was cool. And then we actually got the Savior with Kendrick, Baby Keem, and Sam Do. Again, it was cool. But what really a track that really caught my attention was Auntie Diaries. And it was about Kendrick and his aunt turning into a man or being transgender, and then his cousin turning into a woman when he was in like second grade. Obviously, I don't know if this is a story or if it's an actual true like life experience. But what I've noticed throughout the song is when he says her, like as in his aunt, switching to a man, he often switches the saying between her and him, and you can tell that like even in his writing, I think he did it on purpose, but he even has not trouble switching from him to her, but more like a what do you call it, it's almost like, what do you call it when it just rolls off the tongue, or like when it just comes to mind? It doesn't really flow better, but I'm just saying like he's just used to calling her a her, so he never really called him a him. So you could tell when maybe he wanted to make a point, he would say him or he would say her, and you could see that he switched it up, and you can actually tell not really the controversy in it. It's not really controversial in my opinion, but you can hear the how he's trying to differentiate the two and trying to respect basically of what they chose. And obviously he goes deeper into the song and talks about how words to him were kind of just like a sound, and like him saying the F word, which people don't really say. It's like how do I explain this? It's not the F word like F-U-C-K. It's a F-A. If you know what I'm saying. F-A. If you know. So, and he said, he was basically saying like, we didn't know any better. How were we supposed to know that it was so, I guess, derogatory? And he wasn't really confused, but he was just a bit like, he was a bit shocked, I think you could say, or maybe a bit open. Like he had his eyes opened when he heard, when obviously nowadays people don't like that word and people don't really care for it. And he's he kind of says it at the end like a crazy amount, but I don't really care for it. Hey, say what you want to say. It don't matter to me. But it was a really good track. I can't really explain it in words because I'm a terrible explainer. I can't explain things very well, but it's a very good track. If you listen to it, it's one of those songs as well where there's no crazy rhyme scheme that you have to pick up on. There's no crazy bar that you missed. It's just a nice story, and it just goes along with the track, and I think it works perfectly. It's a great story, and if it's a true story, it's a great piece of life that he's sharing with us. What piece of his life that he's sharing with us? So now, Mr. Morale was pretty cool. I liked it as well. I would say, to be honest, disc 1 and disc 2 differentiate. I feel like disc 2 was maybe, I don't know. They were both really, really good. I don't know, honestly. I'm gonna have to give it a second listen through, but I'm really liking the album. Personally, I don't think really I'm going out of my way to listen to one of these songs. Kind of like I think there are some hits in here, like let's see, Die Hard. Die Hard reminds me a lot of the Black Panther, All of the Stars, and also the last song Mirror reminds me of that because of one of the drums in the background. But other than that, I mean, maybe I like the Silent Hill song. I honestly would put Silent Hill in my rotation. That's the only maybe song that I would actually put in my rotation. And it's because Kendrick hooks is just fire. They're just fire. But other than that, I feel like Kendrick's music is more consumed as an album than it is maybe as a single. And I don't know if that's a personal thing or if that's like a thing that everybody sees. So I don't know. But I'm enjoying this album a lot. Let me know what you guys thought about it, because in honesty, I want to hear your guys' opinions, and I want to see different standpoints on the album. If you hated it, hey, you hated it. If you liked it, you liked it. If you loved it, if you think it's the album of the year, let me know. Again, I think I have to give it a couple more listens to actually give my full review, or my full opinion on the album. Because the first listen to me, it just isn't enough. It's not enough, especially with Kendrick. It's just not enough. And yeah, I mean, it's a good album. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed my walk. I enjoyed my album listen. It was like an hour and hour 13. So it was a nice chill album, and I liked it. A lot of messages in there, and I think that it proves his point to be seen that Kendrick is he's a master at his craft. But yeah, that's gonna wrap it up, guys. I know this has been a little bit of a, I don't know, it's been a video. How about that? But subscribe, like, and do all that jazz. And again, let me know your thoughts on the album. And yeah, I mean, I think that's it. Wow. I'll see you guys later. Peace.